Hello, my name is Juan Pino and I'm a software engineer here at Blueye. For the past year, we've been hard at work on the software integration for multibeam sonars, both from TriTech and Blueprint. Let me show you how it works. Since this is an opt-in feature, we have to go into the multibeam tab in the dive settings menu. From here, we can start and stop the driver and adjust several settings like the angle, the gain, and the range. We can also select the frequency mode on the sonars that support it. We have other options in sub-menus that let us change the color palette, adjust how the sonar image is rendered, whether we want range labels or sector lines. And we can adjust more advanced settings, whether we want gain assist on or off, the number of beams we're recording with, the ping rate of the sonar, and the bandwidth settings. You can now see the live sonar feed in the app while you dive, and the view is more transparent towards the bottom to avoid obstructing the camera view. There's a small picture-in-picture style sonar view that allows you to dive normally while staying aware of your surroundings. And double tapping brings the sonar view into main focus. A new record button is shown in the touch controls view, allowing you to record multibeam and the camera feed simultaneously. You can interact with the sonar view in different ways. You can swipe left and right to change the color palette. You can long press on the small view to bring up the settings view. And you can long press on the enlarged view to draw measurements. There are two types of measurements. You can draw pins that tell you the distance to that point, and lines that tell you the distance between 2 points. You can also combine these into one point to make it easy to align. This tells us that the pipe that we see in the view is 6 meters long and that the rightmost part of it is 5.6 meters away from us. Tapping on the handles allows us to delete the measurements associated with it. New controller bindings let you operate the multibeam without ever leaving the dive view. To enable them, you have to go into the multibeam settings and select the Use Controller to Operate Multibeam option. Using the shoulder button and B allows you to start and stop the multibeam recording, while pressing Y changes the multibeam frequency setting from the high frequency range to the low frequency range. Pressing left and right allows you to change the range, and pressing the modifier and left and right allows you to change the gain. Using up and down and the modifier, we can modify the tilt. You can get an overview of all of these commands in the dive settings menu. A distinguishing feature of our multibeam integration is the ability to support multiple observers. That means that while you're diving on your main device, you can use a secondary device as an observer to see the sonar feed and control the sonar settings. To use the app in the observer mode, you go into Settings, Multibeam, Multibeam Viewer. Here we can see the same feed that we can see on the main device, while allowing us also to change the range, the gain, and any other parameters that are available. This enables you to dive with a copilot or implement your own command center setup. Anywhere there is a sonar view, be it in the dive view, the dive settings, or the observer, you can do measurements using the same gestures that we showed previously. All your multibeam recordings are stored on the drone so that you can download them after your dive or share them with other devices. To download these recordings, we go into the Transfer Media Files button, where we can see previews of the recordings that we've done. Selecting a recording and clicking Transfer allows us to download the file for playback in the app. To view all your downloaded recordings, you can go into the Settings tab, into the Downloaded Recordings gallery. Here you can see all the recordings you've downloaded from the drone and play them back. In this view, you can change the color palette and do measurements as if you were in the dive. This view also allows you to share and export your multibeam recordings into videos and still pictures, but more on that later. Syncing your log files allows you to sync up your multibeam recordings with your dives. Going into the dive log, now we can see that in today's dive we get a gallery of the multibeam recordings we've performed today, and double tapping allows us to go into the multibeam player where we can review our footage. All recordings are stored in a custom members format that allows you to easily share the recordings with other users of the Blueye app, even if they don't have a drone. You can also export single frame PNGs or videos and easily airdrop them to other users, even if they don't have access to the Blueye app. The videos are exported based on settings set in the multibeam section of the settings tab. We can choose the export resolution, where higher export resolutions come at the cost of higher render time. And we can also choose the video export format. We can support on iOS either MP4 or MOV files, where MP4 has the advantage of maximum compatibility, but MOV files allows us to export the videos with transparency, which might be better for editing in post-processing. These are some of the features that we've been working on here at Blueye. If you want more detailed explanations on the Sonar Viewer and the multibeam integration, check out the Help Center articles. Thanks for watching and see you next time.